Alright, we've got this retro tech here. I'm going to try to put it into a modern machine. What this is, we first have this Firewire card, which is rare now. There's not too many Firewire things, but I do have an old camera that uses it, so we're going to put this into a modern computer that can at least hopefully be able to interact with that camera. So we're going to be doing that today, grabbing that. And then we're also going to be looking at, looking to install this. Here, this is the, we could take a look at that. This is just a DVD player, writer for that computer. Did have a Blu-ray player in it, but not functioning. So we're going to try to put this in and see if that can help. So let's go through that. We'll get started and see how these go. Alright, so before we begin, this is the computer that we're going to be adding it to. However, first thing we want to do is cut the power. There's a switch, so we're going to hit that switch. Okay, that should cut power to the system at least. Now this is a minor upgrade. If you're going to do something more substantial, I would probably take this off and all the power and all the cables out and everything. Alright, here's what comes in the package. Looks like they include it with a Firewire cable. Well, Firewire to mini cable. If you can see that. So that's good. It's actually a cable I could use, so that's something handy. And then here's the card, definitely small. Yeah, this is for the smaller cases. That's not our case. The case that I've got would definitely be the full size, not the compact size, so we won't be using that, but we can hang on to it. Alright, here's the front panel. Didn't take off the plastic off of it, just kind of leave that on. We'll get this off and see if we can find what we need to find. There's the card. It's going to require some power, and that's going to be tricky. To power that, we're going to need a Molex connector for that, and we'll see if we can route the power after we get it installed. So let's install this. We also need to get that card in here. What we're looking for is an empty slot, and right down there, if you see it, it should be open. That's the one we're going to put it in. So let's give it a shot, and we'll meet you on the other side here. I'll put the light on here. You can kind of see it a little better. Hopefully that's sitting in there. Now it's all installed. And a back bracket here that have to take off. It kind of blocks these. And so, took that off. We'll replace that. Alright, since we don't need to, not really hooking up anything that really needs the power, I'm just going to leave the power off. But we did get that back plate on. It looks like it needs to just be on the inside, not on the outside, which was making it quite difficult. But otherwise, should be good. Let's go ahead and get the DVD installed and see if we can find a cable here, a SATA cable to fit it into. It looks like there's a spot there, and then we just need to get some power to it. So let's get to that. Okay, so we've got the back panel off. It's quite the back side here. A lot of cables. What we need to be able to do is we need to find the SATA drive section, which is going to be down in here, and we'll figure out what cable goes where with that. A lot of these control lights. There's some SSD drives here, the back side of the CPU block there, so we're seeing right on the motherboard, and then the power's actually down here on this particular case. The power, so we should be able to get, we need to slot that drive up here, up in this area here, so that should be good. This isn't the OEM package, this is the retail package, so it comes with the burning software, some screws, put in the case, comes with the SATA cable, which is actually quite nice, sometimes you just don't have one, and some blank media DVD R discs, so that will be good. First off, for part of this install, we're going to just kind of open this up. It should have this front plate. We should be able to pop that out. Let's see if we can get that. Whoa. Well, when we say popped out, that really shot out, but there it is. Alright, so we put that in there, but it looks like it will take a couple of screws. So we can get it to focus there. So we'll get those put in. And we gotta route some power and SATA cable. So let's get that in. You can see this is kind of a jungle, and there's a bit of a situation here with the power supply. Although I think it has the connections for it. Kind of buried. And there's not much space to get it out there. So I think we're going to have to do a lot of cable wrangling here. We'll give that a shot. See if we can get it in there. Didn't have any other option. I need to get this here, into there. Into that jungle. It's a rat's nest. Alright, well, let's give it a shot. See how it goes. Well, I took most of it out. I still can't quite reach where it needs to go. It's really far back in there. Let's see if we can flip on the light here so you can see. Right back in there is where I gotta actually get it in. It won't focus. There it goes. So, gonna have to take this bay out in order to access it, given all the cables in there. So you can kind of see this is not the funnest case to work with. And when it comes to this, especially with the power slide, can't slide it backwards or anything. So it's been a bit of a challenge here. We'll take out the bay and hope from that will do the trick. Alright, somehow I got it in there. We'll see if that connects, but I can get it in there and get everything back in. I didn't take the whole thing out, just took out the drive. But looks like I was able to connect to the second to the last port on there, so okay, let's give it a go. Alright, everything should be plugged in now. We've got that SATA cord plugged in, we got the power cord connected, and connected down here to the power supply by some miracle, pretty much. We just got some luck and it finally connected, so hopefully we're good here. Yeah. Of course, now we have to put everything back and power on and hope it works. Alright. It's back together now. Power button's been on. It did power up. We're hoping it will boot. So, I'll waiting for that boot. And there it goes. Everything's at least powered up, so we'll give that a shot. I'm going to try testing at least the power button on the CD player. We'll know if it's got power. That's got power. So that's a good sign. Alright, well, we got the upgrades in. So now to do a bit of testing. Luckily the computer's back on. Everything's kind of working. Let's go check it out, see if they work. I'm going to first start with the DVD drive, just to make sure it works. Like before, the problem I had is I have a portable Blu-ray player. It just doesn't, it plays DVDs fine, it doesn't play CDs at all, it just spins. So hopefully we can play CDs now. Do have a lot of data discs that I'd like to be able to read easily on this machine, so let's take a look and see if we can read some. Alright, we're going to give Doom's Gate, this is a video CD, this is the bonus footage back in the day, special features. So we'll give this a shot, hopefully you can see that, and we'll see if that one plays. Like it's struggling a little bit, but we'll see if it picks up. It's not too happy with it, it's still trying to read it. Yeah, it's not seeming to read anything. I think we need to recheck the cables. It may not connected very well or something. So we'll try that again. Haven't usually had much problem with these over the years, but not this time. Doesn't seem to want to read anything. Well, looks like it's working now after I reseated the cable. Now getting this install shield after putting in back the driver disk. Let's go ahead and run that here in a minute. So it's good. That's a good sign. and at least something's reading. So we'll go ahead and install this. So it's checking the drive here, so we'll see if it's functioning. Checked all the speeds, so the read speed, this is when it's hard to tell, but it does seem to be what it was expected. I think it was 48, so that makes sense. Everything looks good. CDR, it should be reading everything. Now let's see if it reads, one of the discs I was actually hoping it would read, and not just the one that it came with. So let's give that a shot. Now let's go back to the Doomsgate. Definitely seems to be not working. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, didn't like the Doomsgate one, but it did like this other one, and like the original one, so I am not sure what's going on with it. I'm not sure if there's something bad with that CD or what. I'm not sure. It does have a label on it, and me not like them these days. And the label, who knows? Maybe it's throwing it off. The label, it's been on there for quite some time. Doesn't seem to be bad, but we used to stick them on there. I don't know if that caused some issues or if it's just a bad disc. I don't know. I'll have to try on a different machine, but that'll be a task for another day. But I did get this stuff over. Let's take a look at it. Let's see if any of this will play. It may play in the VLC player. Okay, this is stuff I did long ago. Hopefully, let's go. I'll switch over to it here, and we'll take a look at it. This is stuff I did for a computer science class some years ago. A little animation there. Guess it was to build a logo. Okay. Well, good. So, that concludes that test. I guess it doesn't play everything, so I wouldn't call it 100% success. About 75%. It's better than the other one, but still have some issues. So that's how it goes with upgrades. You don't always know if they're gonna work or not. So that's how that one went. Let's check out the Firewire though next. Let's see if we figured out that. Let's take a look at it here in the device manager and see if at least the things working. It does show the host controller here, so that's a good sign. We can assume that it's operational. That's good. Nothing conflicting. So this is looking all okay. Should be working properly. So now we just need to hook something up to it. So I guess it's time to hook up the camera. So we'll try that. Alright, well, I was able to get the camera up, at least plugged in. Let's see if we can show it. I'm not sure if it will show or not. We'll see. Well, I don't see that camera in there. So we're going to have to fiddle around with it a little more. We'll come back to this. Testing, just seeing if this records the audio as well. Let's try sharpening that up a little bit. Fist of Fury. Alright, well thanks for joining me with this retro upgrade. Was it 100% successful? Well, not exactly, but it wasn't too bad either. When we got through it, definitely a lot of challenges, especially getting power cables, rerouting things, and just getting stuff to work. There's been a lot of time between here and now with the Firewire stuff. It can just, doesn't work quite as smoothly as it did years ago. But there's some, definitely, it's possible, and the card does work. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you maybe on another one.